The conditions there are brutally isolating. Most inmates are locked into a single cell that's about 8 by 11. Lights are on all but about 6 hours per day. 2 small slots for windows, one with a brief glimpse into the hallway, one with a brief glimpse into the horizon. Meals are delivered into the cell. The noise is deafening, both in terms of the silence, but also in terms of the random screams. Time out of the cell is typically very, very limited. Most prisoners are kept there 24 hours a day, every day, except for maybe 3 or 4 days of the week they're taken out for 1 hour, at which time they're to divide that hour into time for a shower and time for recreation. What's recreation? Recreation is movement alone into a larger cell, where there's typically only a pull-up bar, if that. In terms of the treatment that our clients are receiving, it's minimal, if it exists at all. 3 days a week, they have a check-in. That is, a mental health worker wanders by the cell, looks in, and says, "Hey, how are you doing?" Typically, an inmate responds, "Fine." Why? Because this is public. This is not a private interaction, and they don't want to call more attention, and they believe that it's futile asking for any help when help's not going to be provided. So that's the check-in. Packets are handed out to inmates. These are packets for them to work on. The cruel irony, of course, is that many of our clients are functionally illiterate. And even if they are literate, imagine the utility of these worksheets, especially as a substitute for real meaningful treatment. Virtually no real therapy exists. Our clients are suffering terribly. And the cruelest irony is that if you didn't go into the SHU with a serious mental illness, think about how more likely it is that you're going to come out with one. And the cruelest irony, of course, is that if you went in with a serious mental illness, think about how you're coming out. Broken. Around the country, people have died from the extreme isolation. Most of these individuals are going to someday be out. Should we be treating, or should we be torturing?